होणार सर?
येस सर.
हा ठीक आहे ना आता?
ओके सर आता.
हा ठीक आहे. मग मी बाहेर पडतो आता.
ओके सर ओके.
हो.
वेलकम बाबा साहेब.
Hello, hello. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, all. Today, we're having Dr. Bhaskar Sate sir. For delivering his lecture. I welcome you all to this 4-day international lecture series. Today, we are having Dr. Bhaskar Sate sir as a resource person for delivering his talk. He has received several awards and recognition, including elects as a young associate of Maharashtra Academy of Science, Department of Atomic Energy, Young Scientist Research Award from the Board of Research in Nuclear Sciences, Mumbai, Government of India, Fulbright Nehru Postdoctoral Research Fellowship, Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey, USA, through United States India Educational Foundation, awarded with the Shikshak Pratibha Award by Department of Mass Communication and Journalism of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. He's also been awarded with the Fast Track Scheme for Young Scientists from Department of Sciences and Technology of Science and Engineering Research Board by Government of India. Also been awarded for JRF and Senior Research Fellowship by the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, Government of India. He is also one among the top 20% of the students qualified the CSIR JRF. He has served a reviewer for various national and international research funding and fellowships, including Fulbright Junior Advanced Research Award 2017-18 of Polish US Fulbright Commission, Poland, research grant proposal of Foundation of Polish Science Poland, extramural research grant funding of DST SERB from Chemical and Physical Sciences, Government of India, Executive Committee and life active member of Indian Society for Electroanalytical Chemistry of India, active member of American Chemical Society, life active member of Material Research Society of India, life active member of Electron Microscope Society of India, life active member of Electrochemical Society of India, life membership of American Chemical Society, life active member of Society of Material Chemistry, SMC. Also, he has very good publication in variety of reputed journal. There about 65 journals have been covered with his research. He has more than 2,000 citations, H index of 16, having the range of impact factor ranging from 2 to 33.25. Average impact factor of the best 5 papers is of 14.69. 10 publications are having 10.15, and 6 publications are single author with the cumulative impact factor of 350. The average is of 4.53 and I-10 index 32 based on the ISI databases. He is also involved in variety of research projects. One project from DST and DST SERB extramural, one from the DAR BRNS, other from the HRDG CSIR, total funding of 125 lakhs, co-investigator for the collaborative DST SHRI projects with the funding of 81 lakhs, also an active member of the group projects in the Department of Chemistry funded by DST as a DST FIST, and from the UGC as UGC SAP for the consolidated amount of 250 lakhs. Such a very knowledge person, very resourceful person is among with us, and with this I will request our today's resource person, Dr. Bhaskar Sate sir, to deliver his very important topic. Over to you, sir. Saket sir, please unmute yourself.
Good morning, all.
Good morning, sir.
First of all, I would like to thank organizer, Professor Thore sir, Principal of College, Coordinator Pardeshi sir, Sine sir, Sona sir, for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this international level online lecture series, new research areas and research writing. We have been listening from 7th different aspects in line with this theme of the online series. Yesterday, I was a part of this, and I'm in a class of Baba Sahib, who has delivered a talk on how to write a manuscript. He shared very nicely his experiences with the audience, and I will take this today's talk in same but little bit in a different aspect. Especially, we'll talk on how to get a successful article to get a published in a peer-reviewed journal. So let me allow to share my screen. Sonar sir.
No, you can, sir.
Okay. There should not be any internet disruption. Just I'll mute my camera also. Okay. Just 1 minute.
Yes, your screen is visible, sir.
Screen is visible. Okay. I'll stop my video. Then there will not be any. See, as assigned the responsibility for me to talk on communicating research results to the peer-reviewed journals. And next class, I'm going to talk on how to get a funding from the various funding agencies here from the India and abroad. Especially, I will concentrate on the some. But in both cases, what are the hurdles to get a good quality article get published, work get published, and good proposal to get funded, right? So in this line, in the next 1.5 hours, especially under this title, I'll going to talk on how to communicate our work. Especially we have the lot many issues, and that issues are vary with the journal to journal. So then we'll concentrate on the certain key points or the tips, which we are going to put some attention. Why should we publish? We'll get some answers for the questions like why should we publish, where should we get publication, how to publish it, and certain issues, maybe we can say the ethical issues which we need to follow during writing the article, right? So with this, at the end, I'll little bit turn towards the different aspects associated with the reviewing this article, because in which angle we are going to miss as reviewers are going to see your article, right? So overall, these two talks, we need to see ourselves as an author. So we'll get information. So to build up ourselves as an author, not as a reviewer, right? So I will talk on that line to get communicate our articles. See, let me say first, the scientific research articles are having a very what we can say, the huge value. The value is because it provides a platform to communicate a scientist from any corner globally, right? Because we are putting our results, we are putting our findings, which are open to all, right? Somebody want to follow your research, so no need to come your laboratory, no need to call you, no need to even write you. If you have published your work and that work is having certain values, of course, that's having a certain standard. So that is important to all those who are just entering in your area. So what they will do, they will just read your article. And if your full drafting is like a self-explanatory, as like somebody is teaching you or somebody is speaking in front of you, like that, if the writing is there, it means 100% understanding, very realistic writing. So in that case, automatically what will happen? That picture, just visualize yourself, you will get idea. So like two people are talking with discussing the concept, and both are like fully satisfied after that discussion, like that the satisfaction will come those who are reading your article, right? So it means this is having a very huge potential. Your publication is having the huge potential. Reason behind this is somebody is following you, and no need to actually worry about this work is going on somewhere or not, right? So this is the way how the communication is having the certain value, right? And this research work, of course, as we are the researcher, we know actual how it is. If you have worked since you are working since last 4 or 5 years, right? And unfortunately, if you are not getting time to communicate it, so there is no value for that. The reason behind this is the research work will not be complete without publication, without putting in front of the other. Publication in the sense you don't think about the article. There are n number of ways to put our work in front of the scientific community, right? So research work is incomplete unless the results are disseminated to the wider community. Because we are putting on a web, we are able to put, means your paper is got accepted or your article got accepted, your review has got accepted. It means your result or your findings are open for a wider community, scientific community, especially those who will keep their eyes on your work, those who are working in your area, right? This is the case. Actually, the research is having the value, right? So that's the reason why I have taken this opportunity to share the views about why to go for the publication and how to get a successful article elsewhere, right? So the publishing is incomplete without wide community that I have shared here. So then another point which is also very important as far as the personal and professional point of view. Personal, why it is publishing is important, because we know nowadays everywhere the strength or your recognition is coming from those who are in a means like a teaching fraternity. So everybody knows. So our recognition is more on research. your resume strength. People are now comparing you with from your areas. Okay? Your recognition in the research will come from the in which area you are working, or if any area if you are picking. So few faces will come in front of yours. It means what? We'll get a different recognition by that name of the area, because you are consistently working since last 10 years, and in that area you will have the huge number of publication in this. So automatically the area will recognize by you, and you are recognized by area. It's like this. So this is the case how it is. This is very important for yourself, not only for this point of view as a recognition, as a benefit point of view. Nowadays the value is like your promotions or your credentials will come from the this API. API is totally depends on the, if you have the publication in good quality or peer reviewed, high quality, high impact factor journals. So automatically what will happen? The our this API format itself is having the certain points which are connected to the impact factor and the position in that list, like you are a principal author or the main author or the corresponding author, right? So this is very good, very important for you as yourself. Yeah, of course, your strength will get reflected to the profile of your organization itself. The reason behind this is automatically few faces from your organization will be the actual strength of that university, of that college. Or at the end, overall strength, if the such type of people, high profile people are more, those are in different areas of research, having the good quality articles on their account. So then automatically overall strength of that university will be more, overall strength of that colleges will be more. And of course, through at the end, so in among the universities, your university name will come up. Right? So it means their benefits will be go to the organizations too. And of course, in a scientific colleagues, your recognition will be entirely different because of the publishing good quality articles. And of course, this is impossible to work continuously in that area for a longer time without any funding. If you have the funding from the different funding agencies, so automatically the credit goes to funders also. Those who are funding you, though we are acknowledge them at the end. So based on, we will get some instruments from them. So that instrument will be very important for us to work and publish high quality publications. So automatically this will, the credit goes to funders also. Right, and it improves your career since your work will be seen as a good quality and reliable. Because at the end, if you have the n number of ways to prove your quality of your work, so automatically this recognize and this reflect in your career. Right, sometime you will get early positions. Sometimes you will get early promotions and so on, right? So this is the way how it important for us. So the publication will increase your chances of attracting, because see, if you have the good quality publications, so then on the basis of that, the grants or the agencies will find out you are the potential candidate to pay some additional amount for your laboratory. Right, so the funding agencies will ready to give the money which you have proposed, which you have asked for, because they knows of course whatever may be investment we are doing this in this laboratory, this will work. Right, so because of this, publication of course will help you to increase the chances of attract different funding agencies, not only from the India, is from abroad also, because there are n number of bridge funding resources are there, like Indo-German, Indo-US, Indo-France, Indo-UK, Korean, Taiwan. So, and there are bridges. So people are paid to pay directly to the people are ready to pay directly to the laboratories, right? And so by seeing your profile, which is globally open, people will attract you for a certain steps of their work. That of course will be continue for a longer time and will act as a collaboration to different laboratories will connect to each other. Likewise, you can make a network. That network is of a collaborative network, right? So this is the way how the publications are very important, right? This lecture, I will give the guidelines how to prepare good quality publications. There are certain issues which are related to review, because nowadays the critical evaluation is one of the part. Writing and communicating, writing and working on a table is not only sufficient to convince the people, is also one of the part of the publication that I want to say here, that also will cover at the end of this article. So, but see, as like a competitive exam like SET, NET, once you know the actual pattern of the examination, will get easy to get qualified, right? Likewise, same thing will be there in case of the articles also. If we know the structure, so we'll get we have actually what we can say, the won the game by half. The reason being this is, if you know, if you are putting an article for a communication and you have made a full paper, there is no meaning. So the writing style of article which you are going to make as a communication is entirely different than the full paper, right? So, but in general, the structure is like that. We should have the concise title, authors, then abstract, introduction, materials and method, that is experimental, result and discussion. This is the kind of, this is a common what is the structure of article hearing. So then first we will enter into this. Why are you writing the article, right? Because it's one of the very important aspects where then why we are going to write it. Because, and when you will come these feelings, okay, we are now in a conditions to start writing, right? Because just imagine ourselves as a just join as a JRF somewhere in a laboratory. Our supervisor has assigned some work, right? And we have started working. We don't know actually these results are enough to put in a publication form. So we continuously start, will be in a laboratory working on a table and so on. We are collecting the data. So one stage will come. At that point, now we'll still we will feel, okay, now we have certain data, which now we need to make it in a format of publication. Right? So then automatically that confidence will come on the reading. There should have the huge reading, huge data should come in your mind, a huge vocabulary of that your work should be there in your mind, right? So then automatically what will happen, you will pick some of course that may be the minor but very interesting observations, so that will be become an actual backbone of your article, right? So for that, you should be very realistic about the trying to get your work published, because you have to compete globally. Your article must be suitable for the journal, and you should be prepared to make it a revision, because you should have the inner background. You should have a full confidence on the work which are going to publish it, right? In short, the writing can just a challenge as like a research. So one part has, means like one part you have completed to work on a table, but it's equally important how you are going to write it, right? So there should have the certain background, not only the scientific background from the literature, the background from the data which you have collected, right? So that motivates you to write, or that it definitely will reflect from the style of writing. Because see, some data you are interpreting, but you are not sure about the 100% sure about the strength of the data, right? Even though your supervisor asks you to repeat it, you have not repeated. So that confidence will not come in your writing. You will not, so the confidence, when the confidence will come, the confidence will come if you are sure about your data, right? So then automatically this will change the overall writing style or the overall platform of your article, right? So so automatically you must work out why you are writing. You have made a minor but very interesting observation. You have made a useful advance, right? You have putting published information to a new context, right? Your style is different. You are read the n number of papers, and you got idea about the to put your concept which is in a new way, right? So you have the reform in such a way that it your idea will become a novel, right? The way that it will be of interest to the others. Yeah, somebody is reading your article, just you open it, wow, I'm getting they should get a shock. It's something they have missed, like that. So it means you are sure that much impressive should write, right? So your reasons must guide how you write and your choice of a journal, right? So if you get the answers for the above 4 5 is like issues, so automatically that the approach of your writing will guide you to go for the publication, which publication you want choice, right? Either to the communication, either to the short article, mini review, full review, or whatever maybe, or the essay type, or just editorial, whatever maybe, right? But if this is the fact, in this, from our experience or for our own experience or some others experience, you should understand first, nobody is having a time to read more, right? So the 99% scientific readers will read only the title, because the reason behind this is, if you are going ahead, so the step by step will become a more and more specific, right? More and more specific. Now I am a chemist. After some days, I will become a physical chemist. After some days, I will become an electrochemist. Then electrochemist, I will become like a particular environmental electrochemist. If it is environmental electrochemist, then I will think about the energy. So then energy issues, especially which type of energy, solar energy, I will concentrate. So then remaining part will be not of our interest. So will become a little bit more specific that I want to say here. So we'll list further about the what is there in article. If the title, if it is important for us, I will read it. Right. So the 99% people are having that mentality. They will read only the title and little bit if you are interested in the article. And most of the people only will stand on a title only. Right. So these are therefore so these two, title and the abstract of that article, is become important points of your article, right? So we should put our more attention on a short, like 100 to 150 words write up of abstract, and like 6-7 words below 10 of a title, right? So this is the case that I want to say here in front of you. Why are you writing, right? Another is why should you publish, right? So these questions you ask yourself. Why should we publish? What will happen if you are not published? Right? In principle, it should be our duty to make our result accessible to the people, those who are working that area globally at any corner, any laboratory, college, institute, or anywhere. Right? In principle, that is our duty. It gives the scientific community a chance to find out about your work. Of course, this may have the entirely new, exactly 100% matching information to the somebody's working in that area. That person will leave that work because this work, your work automatically will become a published. Once your work is published, so that person will leave his work because the work is exactly matching. Some people will get a benefit because there, what is your contribution? You are saving his time. The valuable time of somebody you can save, right? So the same duplication of work will not be there if your work has got published. Another case, somebody is working parallel to your work. So to those people, this work will become a reference, right? This work become a reference. So automatically that will get a benefit. Some steps will make a smooth because of your work, which has a reference, right? Automatically that person will cite your article and you will get the rewards, and that person also get rewards and so on, right? Another is of course, as we had shown here and during the introduction, it is a way of paying back. Automatically what will happen?
Monitored by the performance in their mobile.
Hello, any problem? Okay. So it is a way of paying back, because somebody, government or sometimes industries or some other agencies are supporting you financially to do that particular work. So automatically the data which you have collected or the information which you are going to put in front of them as a progress report, and this has accepted globally by the scientific community as an article. So it means indirectly you are giving the backup, or you are indirectly paying back to that funding agency, right? And of course, if you are continuously writing articles, your writing skill and analytical skill will get improved. Analytical means the data analysis skill. You have the huge data, but how to interpret that is not coming. So see, just imagine your first article. First article writing, it will take some time, 1 year. The reason behind this is you have not that scientific background to write. You from that there start you are going to convince to somebody. You are going to interpret the new data. So everything, if you are putting in an article, that first draft comes after 6, 7, 8 months with in a condition to submit your supervisor, right? So it will improve by article to article if you are keep on writing. So automatically one stage will come, so where we'll get enough background to interpret the data, right? So then within a week, at the end, within a week, we can write a good article, right? So you will attract useful comments and input that you may not have enough of. This will help your ideas progress and improve your future work, right? So we'll get some constructive comments from the reviewer editors, even sometime from your collaborator, if that work you are doing within collaboration with some other laboratory, so that the view of the persons which are seeing your article will be different than what view you have. So your views and their views combinedly will build up your work, and automatically that will be the model for the next work. One article, if you have the 3 reviewers comment, if you are keep on following the comments and the same mistake should not become for the next article, so automatically the strength of next article will be bigger than more than the earlier one, right? So it gets you and your work known in a wider scientific and conversion community. So this is the way how the your work will be the reference for others, right? So it will improve your career, your organization career. Having a good track record of a publication makes it easier to attract the funds, because automatically what will happen, so you will get funds based on your track of publication, and collaborators will attract to you based on the area which you are pursuing from long days in your laboratory. Publication may also lead you to be invited to peer review, because see, your recognition will be in that area, because initially during the introduction just I have talk about the after some days you will recognize by the area. So then what editor will find, editor, how editor will catch you? He will put the keywords. By putting keywords, your name will be on the top. Right? So then automatically what that editor will do? Editor will think, okay, we can send this paper to the expert person which is working in this area. By you be seeing your track record since from last 10 years, you are working in that area. So you will be the right evaluator. Right? So likewise, automatically, you will be a peer-reviewed team member for that particular journal. Right? Likewise, you will get a n number of benefits by publishing an article. Then question comes, where should you publish? And which form we need to select it? Right? So where should means the question is very tricky actually. So the reason behind this is we have n number of platforms where we can put our articles in front of the society. Right? So the peer-reviewed journals are arguably the most widely respected avenue for presenting research findings. Right? So because peer-reviewed journals are having the peer-reviewed team. So the article which you have submitted will see after the proofreading, just you see the same article, you will get idea. The 60% article has got modified. And to modify this from 0 to 60% change to make in your article, large number of people are involved. Start from the editing team like a publishing team, expert like a editor board, associate editors, evaluators, it means reviewers. Then if 1 or 2 times revisions are there, then you as author will modify your article. Your supervisor will modify it again and again. Right? So these changes will be there. Right? So the publishing in journal is also challenging. Articles must follow the strict guidelines and the rejection rates can be high. The reason behind this is the article titles are sometimes very specific. Some are like a common where we can put any article, there is no area wise. Right? But some articles are, some journals are like area wise. Some energy based, some environment based, some nanomaterial based, some organic based. Right? So these bifurcations are. But see the chemical communication, where organic will work, where materials will work, where environment will work, where energy will work. Journal of American Chemical Society. Everything will be there. So it means before start, before put this article in a particular format, we need to choose the exact place for the article. Is don't worry. If you feel you have the idea because you have work on a table, you have interpreted your data, you have supported your data by different instrumentation which you have performed for that work. You have read a number of articles from that area, so you know the strength of your article, right? So you can choose any article which is coming in your mind. So you just go to that journal, you read a track of papers which are coming into this, and find out the suitability for your article, right? So then automatically you will get a little bit idea about, and so then this will help you to fix the position for your article, and the rejection we can avoid sometime, right? So if you are going higher and higher, more and more quality articles, so the rejection rate will be higher and higher. So for that, you should be very strict with the guidelines. Sometime editor itself will kick out your article because that will not be suitable for that. If the editor is a little bit soft or the gentleman, what that editor will do, editor will smoothly will say us, okay, the author, this article will not be suitable for this journal, but there are journals which are the sister journals of this publisher where you can put it. If you accept our this offer, I will transfer this to the this particular journal like this. So this is the way how the editor approach to you without any discouragement, right? So this is the way we need to go for the proper choice of a publication, right? Besides writing for a peer review, you can go for, instead of your article, you can go for the chapter. You can put an article in a newsletters. There are scientific magazines also there. Even web pages are also there, right? Where we can put your concept in front of a society, scientific society, right? Occasionally, you can, because we are always eager to put our findings in front of the media, but media peoples are a little bit crazy. What they does, they make your article in a societal point of view, right? Because the newspaper readers are people are a different class of people, right? What they look for it, they will make how this your work is suitable for a society, right? Sometimes exaggeration comes, and that reflects. And so because of this, your concept will be like a misrepresent in front of the society, right? So these possibilities are there. So we need to avoid these issues. So we need to be very careful about the what you are going to put and where you are going to put, right? So this is the way how it is there. Then very challenging problem, how to publish it, where we need to be very concentrated as an author. Publishing one's work is a challenging phase by every author, right? So initially, it's very big challenge for the author, but day by day, this get improved, and it becomes very easy to for a next publication, right? Because earlier, once you whatever with the training we have gained from your supervisor, whatever with the experiences which you have gained from the reviewers, whatever with the communication skills we have learned from the editor, everything will come as a reference for the next writing. So then automatically the earlier platform will help us to get a better publication, which is the next one. Right, the most of because see, what should be in an introduction, what should be in an article, means like in an abstract, what should be in a title, every guidelines are available on that journal homepage. That is under the title of instructions for a contributor or the instruction for the author, and how to publish in that particular journal. So because this instruction will be different for different journals. Right? Some points are common, but some points they made as per their style. So we need to read a guideline, and accordingly we need to format your article manually. Then will be the way to go for the submission. So submit it, then change. Sometime what will happen, they will send back, will ask some modification, then now we need to reformat it and so on. So likewise, we have the n number of trial and errors will come, which is not related to your data. If you related to the data, sometimes data representation is different for the different articles. Right, even the style of x-axis, y-axis, or the labels like A, B, sometimes capital, sometimes small. So these changes are there. The way of writing the units also will be different. Right, so this must be followed to the last details, or the editor will reject if the such type of formatting is more. So it means you have not followed any instruction of that article. So automatically straightforward that editor will reject your article. He will not see the instructions, but the instruction is made by them. The editor has edited that instruction. So the instruction they feel by seeing your article immediately within some second, he will feel, okay, this is not related to our, he has not followed our template. So then his straightforward will reject. Right. So it means in addition to the scientific background, or in addition to the scientific backup, so the non-scientific backup is also very important, as like a formatting, as like a follow the template, how to follow the reference style, follow the figure scheme style, or even the writing style. Right. This includes the layout and the format of both the body and references of your article. Right, and so this is available easily on a website, so there is no need to worry, no need to search it immediately. If you put the guidelines for the author, for the JAX or some ChemCom, if you are putting like this, automatically the instructions will come. Right, so this is the way how to get the publish the particular article in a good journal. Right. So the getting started. So just now I have said, so to get a first article, it takes the time, because there are no magical ingredients are available for us. It is and it will not become natural. We need to make a very serious efforts, as like newborn baby has started walking like this, right? So however, there are general guidelines. The scientific writing skill is very important, that we need to be improved always. Some of the guidelines apply by to all writing, not just scientific writing, and these are mostly aimed as the improving clarity of your concept. Right, this will help us to make a very lucid for the readers from the journal, from that particular area. Right, so other guidelines are scientific to writing article, for the scientific journal, like a structure of the article and template and so on. Right, so this is the way how to get a start. So before starting writing an article, we should make a one outline of your work which you have in your hand. Right, so that should be the logical general description, because once you before start writing introduction of the article, just I'm saying an example. So the question comes from where it starts. There should have the very general sentence, first two sentence, then little bit more specific, then how people have done, then how to connect this to our work, and so on. Right? So a very logical general description you should make it. Right? Like one scientific schematic, which is nothing but a summary of your work, you should make it. You need to organize the very systematic pattern of your write-up. Visual and conceptual design of your writing should be there. The overall outline should reflect the logical thinking and clear classification of your work. This is actual we are expecting in this. So, which will give us the raw platform, raw skeleton. Outline is nothing but a skeleton of your paper. And so this skeleton help us to add a process of writing, because this will help. Okay, if you design this paragraph should be this one, so accordingly you will get a platform for to write that paragraph. This helps to organize your idea in a systematic way. If you have synthesized the new material, then automatically the morphology will come first, then structure will come first, then application, which we are going to see, that comes third one, like this. Such type of organization will come if you have made the outline. It provides the snapshot of each section of your paper will flow. This flow will come. It represents your material in a logical form. So that's the reason why I'm saying the outline means that this is the rough write-up or the skeleton of your article is very important as far as the quality improvement has concerned. It shows the relationship among the ideas in your writing. It constructs the order. Order also is very important. Overview of your writing. Sometimes people, what will happen? So any application, if you have done, you will put first and then you have characterized the material. There is no meaning for that, right? So there should have the systematic order, flow. Your article should look like an essay. Start from the beginning to end. There should have a certain story, right? So this is the way how the outline helps to get the platform, to make the platform for this, right? So then we'll go for one by one, but I don't want to spend more time here. The reason behind this is already yesterday Baba Sahib has covered most of the things from this. So, but the title should have the certain value. Reason behind this is 99% people are not having the time to read your article fully. Those just entering in your area, means like a newly joined PhD student or the graduate student for their post project, a MSc project or the master project. If they will read sometime if your article fortunately is very specific for them. Otherwise, people will read only the title and abstract. Amongst these, like 99% people are only title, right? So then that title should be very clear and concise to reflect the emphasis and the content of your paper, right? So by seeing the title, the reader should feel, the reader should understand what may be there in the next 10 pages, right? Because it should be the specific, it should be enough to give the description of the contents which are present in the paper. So that should not be much technical, where only and only the scientist or the people from your area will only the understand. It's not like that. So that should be little bit a general. The title should be appropriate for the intended audience. Means like a common people. When the what we can say, the popularity of your work comes, when it will be understandable for the majority of people. When it will be the understandable for the majority of people, if it is not technical, right? So this is the way what we should do, especially about the titles. So I will give some examples here. So see the title first, that is heteroatom nitrogen oxygen sulfur based biomolecule functionalized graphene oxide. So up to this point, you will get an idea about what you have synthesized, what you have made it, which material you have synthesized here, which heteroatoms you have taken, which then what is the role of biomolecule here, how you have functionalized it, and which on which material we have functionalized. So everything will count here. So it means this paper includes these things. This author has synthesized these materials by using this heteroatom through biomolecules. He made the graphene oxide. So this graphene oxide, such type of hybrid material, is used for hydrogen oxidation and oxygen reduction reactions, and is bifunctional. Right? So, and electrochemically, that is electrocatalyst. Enhanced, because of this has enhanced everything. This, see, the concept has coming together. So they will get the information. Same thing will be there for the remaining articles. I don't want to go in detail, but indirectly this will give us the title, will give us the maximum background of the article, what is there in that article, right? So this is the way how it is. Now the author list is very important part actually. Just most of the times the people loses the moral and ethical values at this point. So as per my knowledge, or as I can say, there should have the person who has majorly contributed, started from the chemical issue to the first draft of writing, that person should be the first author. If partially somebody has contributed for some experiment I'm talking about, not for a discussion. Sharing of knowledge will not claim for the authorship, that I have to say here. My experience, if I've shared with somebody, I should not expect, okay, because of me you are able to interpret that data, so then you should put my name. It's not like that. Right? Sometime in laboratory, what happens, junior will take the help of senior. Sometimes seniors, some steps junior will do. Right? Sometimes the expertise of that supervisor is not enough. Then supervisor, what supervisor will do, you go and ask that professor, discuss with that professor, take input from them, interpret this particular data, do some experiment under his supervision. So collect this data and interpret it, add in a publication, just you put their name also. Right? So this is a very important to as far as the author list is concerned, because it facilitates the information indexing and retrieves. Corresponding authors to own, he is having the major responsibility. Whole article is in on his account, whatever maybe the issues comes. Some the misleading of the concept. Sometimes the if the first author or the student has done some mistake to take some data, some interpretation as such from the some other article. So this what you can say, the plagiarism issue comes. So the corresponding author is the responsible person for this, right? Or the order of the author will be in the hand of the corresponding author. So the here the ethics values of corresponding authors are very important, I can say, for the author list has concerned, because sometimes student comes by putting his friend's name. So the corresponding author should ask, what is the role of this person? Right? So this is one of the part where we need to think about it. Another is the keywords. that should be again as a like equally important like a title keywords. Once somebody is searching through keywords, if you put in a search engine, suddenly your article should reflect. Right? So these are what people you use when searching for article in a literature indexes. Some will be quite specific to your topic, because that will be like this will help readers to sort out. And some should be the general, like everybody should get. So this qualitative and quantitative way, we need to choose the keywords. Actually, everywhere, from every page, your article should come on first. So that responsibility will goes to the keywords, right? So they should not be broad or has a materials or the devices, right? So this will be one way is to go for the keywords. So as we have talk about the keywords, so the amino acid functionalization, this is the keywords. Once you put this keyword, this article will come, right? So then graphene oxide is one another keyword that is related to the material. This is related to the process, that is electrocatalyst. This is related to the application, that is oxygen evolution reaction, that we have learned in this case, right? And just we were talking about the author. Here nowadays the journals have changed their style by seeing the large number of authors which involved sometime in an article. What they thought is better to write, they put in a template, okay, this corresponding author should give the author contributions, which author, what they have done, right? So then here, this VSS, that is Vijay S. Sapne, has designed and conducted all experiments. This is the first author. PPC, that is Parag P. Chauhan, he supervised and some contributed for some synthesis work, right? So then first draft again is written by the Vijay Sapne. And as a supervisor, what I have done, I have proposed this concept. I have asked Vijay to work on this and made a layout of article. Okay, this data is very important. We have done first time, so we should work on writing, and so this may be the layout. You start working on this, right? That direction that I have given to you. And sometime during the data analysis, the author should author is having certain limitation. That limitation as a corresponding author we should work on, right? So this part is mentioned this, right? So this nowadays this become a new trend to write the author contribution in an article, right? So editor will ask for that. So this is the case, it works. Now then, as per as the another important part of article, we can say is the heart of article, that is abstract, right? So it should be the actual preview of your article, where everything like information should come into that, right? So they allow others scientists to quickly scan in the last scientific by the articles. The scientist will sort out concept, right? Sometimes if somebody is reading, writing a review article in your area, the abstract reading is more enough to add the concept in that case, right? So the abstract should be a little less technical. Again, same thing like a title. This should be the understandable for all the people. That should be the very short, like 100 to 250 words, which summarizes the purpose of that work, methods adopted in that case, results which we have get, and what conclusion, what you have extracted from these results in the form of conclusion, that everything should come in the form of the abstract, right? It should not be easy to include all this information in just a few words, but we should be very precise in that case, right? So another direction is here you should not add any abbreviations. We should not add any citations in the abstract. The reason behind this is, if you have added the abbreviation, sometimes that abbreviation will not be the general abbreviation. So abbreviation will be okay in case of your writing here in a result and discussion, right? So that in that case that will help, because there we have become very specific, right? So in that case that will work, but this will not work in abstract that I have to see here. So just representative abstract I have shown here. So the overall text as concerned is having the different structure, which is available for different types of articles, right? So we cannot say this will be the common like for all. So the general structure which you have shown initially, like that will start from the title, abstract, introduction, materials and methods. Then we have the like experimental aspects. Then we have the results, figures and caption is one of the part. It's very important because again the caption should be very self-explanatory. Discussion should be in line with the findings people have done. Tables and graphs is very important as far as the data representation is concerned, or literature representation as concerned. Sometimes we need to compare our data results with literature. So that will also help us to get the better information. Reference style, that is also will change with the system to system. So there are n number of ways to make the article, that is, or types corresponding to the article, that is communication. Some full papers are there, feature articles are there, cover galleries are there, right? This frontispiece galleries are there. Review and mini reviews, this will not be a part of article that I have to say here, because here there is no new finding. This collection of data, collection of information, some others, is not an article. This will not a publication that I want to say here, right? So the others like essays, viewpoints, editorial write-ups, right? Author profiles, introductions, their book reviews, right? Or sometimes the brief biography of the people, those just obituaries. These are the way where we can sometimes see we need to write about the CV Raman, right? So this actually are the different ways where the write-ups are there, right? And this will be connection with the present work with literature actually, right? So I don't want to go in here specifically systematic one by one, like in title, intro, and author, this title, author, and abstract we have seen. So this part I am omitting by the yesterday's lecture by the Baba side, right? So, but here we reach to the first draft, right? But rewriting or further modification is the very important task I want to say here. A major part of any writing assignment consists of a rewriting. Because by seeing the article and particular paragraph in that article, I feel myself as a corresponding author. Okay, this author has copied from somewhere. So what I need to do? I need to put a special efforts, especially for that paragraph, to rewrite it. Rewriting in such a way that there should not be lose of meaning, but there should not be any what we can say, the plagiarism into this. So we need to make it paraphrasing. Right? It's still important to do, and this will come from this last line will be very important. It's still important to do your own evaluation of an article, regardless of where you found it. Right? So how others are reading, how the editor is giving the comments, how the reviewer is giving the comment, that is nothing, is not much important than the your self evaluation. Right? If you feel your article is not up to the level which you are expecting, so then work on this. But sometimes what happens, your student want to get that article published early. He will be in a hurry. He want to finish his PhD. Then what you will see, what you will do, you will think, okay, no need to go for one more reading. Why to spend the time for this? We'll submit it. Right? So that will be the light. Sometime is not good. Reason behind this is this will affect on the, or this will not be the good for the publication at that time, because this will take the time. The automatically editor will find the mistakes, reviewers will find the mistakes, and that mistakes make one more revision. Because of that mistakes, one more, right? So this is the way how it comes, right? So then the funny word is, in my writing, I average about the 10 pages a day. Unfortunately, they are all the same pages, right? So if you are in that particular dilemma of writing, so the possibility of repetition comes. So I will suggest you to take a break. Right? So then if you are taking a break in between, so the sometime the effective writing will come. So that's why I used to suggest to students, you work for sometime for on a table and sometime on a computer like this. Right? So this is the way how it works. So this another important part, especially for as Indians, we used to get always the comments on your grammar and typographic mistakes. Right? So use a spell checker, but be aware that sometimes that will catch mistakes. Right? So we need to put a special attention on the grammar and spellings and some other related issues. Don't use the unnecessary commas. Right? This is one of the way where we need to be very careful. Right? Proofread carefully to see if you any words out. Sometimes duplication. Sometimes same words will come in a sentence or in that paragraph. Sometimes in a writing style, one word is having the several times. It's like a repetition of that word. Sometimes however type of word or the significantly. These are the words which the possibility is to coming again and again. Moreover, however, significantly, accordingly, these words possibility is more. So we need to avoid it. We need to be very specific during this writing, right? So I'll give some useful tips which we need to be very serious. I want to say here first, to get means like an editor point of view, what they will see, they will suggest. Study the journal first. Study the style of writing, particularly. What I want to say here, you are from the first day itself, you decide where you are going to submit in this work. So start working accordingly. Right? Your first writing should be in that particular template. Right? That's why I'm saying you study the journal first. You go for the guidelines first. You go for the writing style of that journal first. Use a good English. Your reviewers often reject because they are not from your, because see, we used to say, because I know as a you as a student, if you are talking, I will understand based on your concept, what you are going to present. But that reviewers are blind for you. So they should understand based on what you have written. So where at least there should have the good background of the English, where that reviewers should understand what science you have written. So automatically based on that, then that reviewer will be able to found some mistakes in interpretation. If the English is good, then he will suggest it. Right? So then reviewers often reject papers because of the issue related to the English. That they are having the experience in that reviewing. So their standard of English will be a little bit higher than the common people. Right? So then that grammar impression will be sometime makes the wrong decision rather than based on the what content is there in your article. Be realistic, be aware of the values of your results, but don't over interpret them. It's very important actually. Most of the times what happens, people used to interpret, overwriting will be there. Right? So that should not be there. So make a story in such a way that your overall writing should match to the conclusion and the title of the article. Right? Don't try too hard to sound the important. Don't use what you can say. They should have the proper writing actually. This is the related to writing skill. Make sure the title matches to the content and all these things. Read a lot of papers, automatically the vocabulary of that, your vocabulary will get improved and will be able to write effectively, right? Different journals covers the different subject areas and regions. We suggest you try and broaden your horizons. If so far you have just published in national journals, aim for the regional, the international journals, right? So don't make yourself as a what I can say, the underestimate. I would suggest, because you are writing an article even in a regional or in a conference, you are writing. So why not to go for the international journal? Because you are putting the same efforts. No one will accept if it is not in a publication form. Even conference will not accept if your article or your write-up is not in a their template or the article format or the publication format. Then why not to go for the submission to the international journals? It's better to go for that. That is my suggestion at this point. Writing accuracy is very important, and clarity in your writing is also one of the part where we need to be very important. Some simple words always we expect, because they should have the some what we can say, the scientific writing should be the very simple, then not be the technical that I want to see here again. So these are some of the examples I have given it. Instead of processes, if it is how sufficient is to be in these are the wording style that is there. The sentence made of more than 40 words should probably be rewritten split into the 2 sentences. This is the suggestion at this point. So up to now, we have talked about the structure of the publication. Right? Now onwards, we'll go for the evaluating journal articles. Right? We need to take a break or what?
As I was going to ask the same.
Okay, then we'll stop for 5 or 10 minutes.
We will stop for 10 minutes. There will be 10-minute break, and we'll continue again.
Okay, sure.
Okay, please don't leave the platform. Stay on it. It will be start again by 1:05.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
ब्लॉक करना है कुत्र कुठं आलं या माहिती काय करायला कोण नाही या हा पाण्याची आहे बाहेर एक आणा ना मी ठेवले सायकलवर पाण्याची बॉटल रिकामी आण बाहेर सायकलवर
Shall we start, sir? So welcome back again.
Okay, we'll start now.
Hello.
as a part of, hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, now we'll come back to the communicating the article. So major part as the evaluation. Now onwards for some next few slides. Just you see your article as an third party point of view. Not you, not your supervisor or the collaborator. This is some like some other researcher. So get some inputs and improve your work. That's the actual viewpoint at this moment, right? So here, what peer review sees in your article and what is the process? This is also very important part of communicating article. What author will do? After n number of readings with their colleagues, their supervisor, their collaborator, author is ready to submit their article to the journal. So that editor will start evaluating it. Initial evaluation, we can say for that. That the editor board or the journal home as one process. They will look for the duplication point of view, novelty point of view, grammar, typographic changes are there, or the clarity of images are there or not. So that is known as the initial assessment, right? So once the article pass that initial assessment, then they'll go for the scientific evaluation. What editor will do? Editor will ask their associate editors or their colleagues, their team members, editor board members, to go through, quickly go through your article. Is it suitable for this journal or not? Without going into direct scientific evaluation. So we can say this is also one part of a technical evaluation. So once if this pass through this evaluation, if some of the editors not feel it's comfortable, some feels, they will discuss themselves on that article and they will finalize either it's better to go for the for further evaluation or not. And this scientific evaluation, which has done by the editors, is very critical actually. The reason behind this is, as per my experience, I can say here, once article goes to reviewer, see, I am talking about this step. Once it is passed, there is a possibility more like a 80 to 90% possibility to get accepted for some journals. It means this board is stronger than the reviewer board, that I want to say here. These editor board people will see this article in a reviewer point of view. Without giving any comments, they would reject it straightforward. It means article is published after it meets the researcher and editor standard. They fix their standards. Sorry to say, reviewers are not having a standard nowadays. This I am seeing actually, because some of my paper got a comment from a reviewer. You have missed the current literature from this area, and these are the some few representative articles you have missed in your citation. If that 4-5 articles of a same author, how we can say is this is the actual missing articles from this, and that articles are not at all matching with your concept. That indirectly says these articles are from the same one author. If reviewer is asking to cite, it means the reviewer is the same person whose articles are there. Right. So then I can say here, the researcher means the editor board's standard always can say is the more. So that screening step is very important here. So is having the n number of steps available at this point. See here, this author has submitted the basic requirement. If it is there, assign the reviewer, collect the reviewer comments. Here is the actual processing of your article. Right. And so then giving to the some subject expert for evaluation, collect the information and ask author to do it, revise it and resubmit it. This is the actual structure of your peer review. And is not everything is a peer review journal in a peer review. Right. Some are like in that journal, some sections like editorial, book review, news articles, opinion columns, which are not a peer reviewed part. Only the journals are. So if the article is, if journal is peer reviewed, in that particular articles are the peer reviewed, not all things. Right. So the article published, therefore, the article accepted for the publication should represent the best research in the subject area, right? So at the end, by the multiple screenings and the multiple editings, the paper will get accepted and will be the strength of that particular subject area, I can say here, right? So then, before saying this article, what the editor board or what reviewers will see who wrote this article. Right? It means your recognition is a very important part, I want to see here. Right? Because unfortunately, or fortunately, you can say the articles which we are going to publish from India will get a more difficulty as same concept you are submitting from the abroad. Right? 2 to 3 impact factor difference I am finding in articles. We are working in our laboratory and we are finding similar work is going in a high impact factor journals, which so then from here it is coming. Sometimes the recognition of your name is also very important. What is the purpose of the resource? It means in which article you are putting, when was the resource published, where is the information from, why is the resource reliable, right? So these 5 W's are one of the part of your article. So by seeing the article, editor board will see by these different points about the currency of your work, that is publication date. Is it relevant to that journal or not? Authority, who is publishing, who is edited information, is the author as an expert on that topic, what is the background of that person, is it reliable or not? So everything will count in terms of the authority, right? So the accuracy of your data is also one of the important parameter. Purpose, why it's going to publish, is it biased to one point of view or no? So or more. So this CRAP test is one of the important evaluation test, I can say here. So evaluating by the manuscript, these are the few points which are very important as per as the if you are the reviewer, you will build up your concepts by different ways. You will see somebody's writing skill, you will see somebody's representation skill, somebody's interpretation skill, right? You will see how the schematic that people are making. You will see how the schematic is or the figures are self-explanatory, informative, right? So this way automatically it will construct your view to see to evaluate the manuscript actually, right? So nowadays one more, the manuscript transfer criteria is coming up. The reason behind this is to improve the impact of that work is better to go for the particular specific cluster. If I submitted my manuscript somewhere, that editor will be a little bit more specific. So that what that editor will do, okay, this work is very good, interesting, very important for the scientific community. But unfortunately, this will not be suitable for this journal. Then I would suggest you to transfer, you to submit to this my sister journals like this. Right? That will help to save your time. If you just give the what you can say, the consent of acceptance, just I will transfer internally, like that editors will ask. Of course, there is no guarantee to get published, because that is the actual part where the technical evaluation is going to do by the reviewers externally. That is not by the editors. Right? So if two editors are having the equal and opposite recommendations, it will go to the third editor. It will take the time for the, sometimes if the 3-4 months going for the getting a decision from the editor. So this may be the business is going on internal. Initially, editor has asked for 2 reviewers to evaluate it. Out of 2, if both are having the one has accepted and another is rejected, so then this will make the confused editor to give the decision. So then what editor will do? Editor will research third person, and third, if it is rejecting, majority out of 3, 2 are rejecting, so it will go for the rejection. Out of 2, if 2 are accepting, it will go for the acceptance. Right? Likewise, there is a process. Right? So this is the way how the manuscript criteria are there. Right? So these are again the factors to be considered during the evaluation, that is accuracy, authority, coverage, currency, evidence, relevance, reliability, viability, right? Validity. These are the important parameters which editor will ask evaluators to give the comment on this, yes or no. If it is accuracy, we will go for the accuracy, yes. Right? Likewise, we have the processes. Nowadays, the new trend is coming. If you have the reviewer for an article, they will ask, is your name is it okay for you to put your name as a evaluator or no? If yes, you just accept it, right? So then this will be the important part as far as the your recognition has concerned, right? And of course, for that journal, transparency has concerned. They always will ask you and will put your, and nowadays the Publons, Frontiers, sometime now the Web of Science, these people are giving the profile, researcher profile, by putting everything together. How many articles he has reviewed, how many published, what is citation, I-index, IH index, I-10 index, average scientific index, and so on. Right? Everything is coming together. Right? So by putting your name in the internet, automatically everything is coming on one page. So that way, automatically your profile will get a good recognition globally. That I have to say here. Right? So the review process is also one of the parts, not only as a learning part. This will be like good for the improvement of your exiting skills also. Right? This is the way how it works. So this part I have talked about based on my experience of the different articles to get published in different journals, and the evaluation which I am doing on a different uh, different publication from the reputed journals, right? So now for next 1.5 hour, we are going to talk on the research project, how to get it quality funding from the different agencies, and how to propose your concept based on this part of this row and this line this side, right? So we'll go for that. Just I will change my presentation. So let me say here the scientific writing and publishing results is designed to be accompany a practical training workshop that builds expertise in a writing for a publication and provide the advice on how to publish in a national and international journal instead of a talk of 1 year, 1 hour or 1.5 hour. Right? It should be the workshop for that. That I want to say thank you for patiently listening. These are my collaborators and different funding is because of that I'm able to build up my experience in this line. So let me switch on other presentation. Okay, we'll be going to talk on writing a successful research grants now. In earlier portion, we have seen how to write the successful articles in good journals. Now we are going to talk on the grants, research proposals, and their evaluation criteria, which we should know. And because see, the evaluation criteria will help in or the proposal in that line to give the answers of the questions which are coming in a evaluator's mind. Same criteria will be there for the fellowship proposals, which for any proposals which you are going to submit for the personal funding or the group funding or the lab funding, right? So this is my actual journey. Just Sona sir has said, I was a student from the university and then PhD, and then but likewise I have the route which he has shown here. So then the question comes, why this topic I have chosen? The reason behind this is writing a good article. Good research grant proposal is not that much easy. Research budgets are sinking everywhere because of certain issues. That issues are not only we as the Indian facing. Globally, all countries are in a threat of this COVID-19. So every budget has transferred to that side. So we know nowadays this new appointments has stopped, new recruitments are not there, right? So the research funds are not there. UGC's calls has stopped. DST has made it half, right? So then we need to be very competent in this case, right? So the researchers are being forced to seek external funding. So then if there is no internal support, so then competition will go up. So people will search for the external fundings also to help you to gain insights into the way decision maker assess and evaluate the research proposal, right? So if there is a competition, then the people who used to try to make it lock, they will search some lacunas in your write-up, right? So they will try to make the different criteria to get you evaluate your concept, right? So some basics we are going to see in this line. Grants are sum of money awarded to financier. Before going into more detail, so let me clear first. Grants are sum of money awarded to finance particularly activities. Thus, the activity which you have proposed For that, the agency is paying. And it's fortunately not to be paid back. If you are not getting result, they will not ask for it for the money. Of course, that somewhere that will count, because see, the performance of your earlier project will reflect on the funding which we are getting for the next project. But it is not like that we need to pay it back. Right? So this is the case which we need to be know before entering into this. It is important to understand the goal of the funding bodies and their grant program. Every body is having their roadmap. They will ask you to follow that. Right? So that bodies will evaluate that grant. Then automatically, if there is a roadmap fixed, then their evaluation criteria is fixed. Their programs are fixed. Some calls are open. Now the calls will come for if somebody is finding solution for this COVID-19, the government is ready to pay its huge amount. Right? So this is fixed. So the decision are made on the applicant's ability to fit the proposal research activity to the interest of the funding body. Right? So decision either acceptance or rejection of your proposal is based on, is it of interest of the funding body, is in the interest of the activities which they have fixed, that agency has fixed. Right? So this is the way how it is. There are n number of agencies are there, those who are in from science, just I have highlighted for them, but others are also there. So it means from any discipline we can submit the proposals. Right? So, of course, the object to getting a funding will help us to strengthen our collaboration with academic partners, because on the way, if you are going for the defend the midterm progress of your work, there will be the few other peoples. Those people are which are already having the name in your areas. The evaluation team will recognize you. So automatically, sometime there is a possibility to get a big laboratory for your future collaboration. Right? It will promote the stronger links to the industry and related communities. Because nowadays the approach or the target of the agency is to give the fundings those who are having the objective to go for the technology transfer. Most of the calls where they are putting they are asking for the one of the co-investigator should from the industry. Right? If this is the case, if you are in academics and because of this funding or because of this proposal, because of this what you can say grant which you are getting, if you are able to connect with the industry, that will be very good bridge. Because research which in for all of your laboratory is not enough. That should go give some solution to the society. That should solve some of the problems which society is having. Right? So in that line, industry will become a bridge. So the commercialization of your work will be the promotion of your fundings which you are getting from the agencies. This is the way how the fundings will help you to go for that. So before enter into the writing of your grant proposal, consider the following points. Believe that someone wants to give you the money. So somebody is paying for you, so you have to be very honest and very serious about what you are going to do. Consider the long-term goal of your institution, because automatically this money will come on the account of your institution. So that your goal has to hide the name of your institution, right? So they should have the long-term goal to make the recognition in that agency. Start with the end in the mind, top-down approach, because you fix your goal and you come down and down and down, once you do like this, so automatically you will get a right path or to reach at the end. Right. So identify yourself and your strength. So here, before starting a proposal,
Hmm.
I can say you should understand yourself, your strength, what are your weaknesses. Is it you will find out the solution for all objectives or not? So this information, this self-evaluation will help us to build up your article, grant proposal in a better way, right? So create a comprehensive plan, not just a proposal of what you wish to achieve. So make a plan. Without plan or flow chart or the timeline skeleton, we cannot go for the quality proposal. So for that, we need to work on that first, right? Do some homework. Find out the research prospective funding agencies. Target funding sources that have interest in your organization and program, right? So the make a contact with the funding agencies, collect the information and the details of the grants available. So it means there are the sites available. On that sites, the grant, the calls are open. So as like article here also has given the how to apply for them, information is there. See the committee members, their expertise also one of the criteria to do the homework. Get an answer for some of the questions, which is very important, because see, for the research which is in a current trends. Old trends do not work. Right now, you see, just compare. Now the calls for the research in a solution for a plague will not come. It will come for the COVID-19. That's I want to say. The calls will be open for the energy issues. Right? Call for be open for to avoid the carbon dioxide emission. Because that is because of that the seasons are getting changed. So this is the way how the trends we need to look for the. We need to get the find out the answers for some of the issues, questions. What are the trends? What are the current limitations and restrictions? Where the society is failing? So the how to get the solution for this, some of the problems which the society is facing. Right. So the what subject areas where the awarded fundings recently. Right. If you see the status of last year, you will get idea what may be the calls which we need to put this year. Right. So and on that website there may have the sanctioned project list. So just evaluate, just read it, just study them. We'll get the some idea about the which way we need to focus our article, this proposal. Right? What are the future plans of the funder? Because every funders have the next 10-year or the 15-year roadmap. So then automatically the next calls will be in the same line. Right? So then that way will need to be looked at who are the decision makers or the assessors. Right? This is also one of the prime criteria. What review process do they follow? What are the criteria of the reviewing? This is also important here. This may be this is the review process is the hidden actually, but we need to be understand how it will be there, right? What are the deadlines for submission? This is actual the non-scientific, but it is very important because most of the times we reach to the very close to the deadline and then we'll start. Means 1 week before drafting will not help to make the effective proposal. Right? How long will be the process take? This is also one of the important criteria. What is the proper way to approach them? How many people apply each year? Because that statistical data will be there on a grant page. What percentage get grants, right? So different agencies are having their different cut point percentage, right? So the most answers can be found on the funding body's website. Research guide, their guidelines are there. Annual report they used to propose, they used to put on a website. Then next 5-10 year plan will be there on this. So because of that, we'll get an easy path for to start or the construct or the make the outline of your proposal. Right? Some points you need to be remember here. Funding bodies always look for the good researcher. So your research profile, which is coming from the articles, which is coming from the involvement in different scientific activities, this will help to search them as a good researcher. Right? So your recognition as the editorial board, your recognition as in a like a life member or the like fellows of different scientific agencies, from where you have done your PhD, from where where you have done your postdoc. So the scientific biodata will help you to recognize as a good researcher for the funding agencies. Right? So this is also one of the important criteria. So think of them as a potential investors in you and your ideas. So don't take it personally. At the end, for them, your idea is very important. Because and as a you, because you are the person who are going to work on that idea. So they're always concentrate on you and your idea. They will not think about your department, who are the colleagues. They will not think about in which university you are. They will think about, is it you are capable to do this? Your knowledge, facilities available in your laboratory. These are the more enough parameters for them to see. You will sell your idea at the end. As a researcher, you are sell your idea and they will pay for that. Be enthusiastic about the work. Right? Because selling is very important. म्हणजे आपण
Satya sir, we lost your voice. Satya sir will join very shortly.
हा सर डिस्कनेक्ट झालं होतं. हा मी करतो.
Welcome back, sir. Sir, your screen is not visible and audio is also not there.
So please allow me to share my screen.
Just a minute, sir.
I just post, please.
Now you can, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you can share it now.
Yes, yes.
Yes, we got it.
Okay, sorry, and thanks for. So the funding bodies look for the good researchers. We were here. They think about the potential investors in you and your ideas. You must sell your idea very enthusiastically. So why should they give the grant? This is also one of the important point, where just you yourself you put in place of the funder and you see your concept and you ask for the grant, right? So during this everything, you should not lose your dignity. So you remember that you are not begging the money to them. Right? So be enthusiastic, present your idea, but in a passionate way. Right? You have idea and they have the money, so we'll get the money and they get the idea. That's all. Right? So you and the funders are both professional coming together for a specific reason that I want to say here. So we'll get to know the relevant people in the funding bodies, get help of a finance office, get money for under different heads, seek a professional advice on a confidentiality, possible restrictions on publications, liability, and disputes, etc. Right? So the approaching to the proposal, always remember your case will be read by one or two experts. Here also we have the people for the judgment, which they are going to put in front of the committee. So that won't be the expertise, means the committee members will not be the expertise. They will see the result from the experts, scientific experts, and on the basis of that, they will give the judgment. You must write for them their benefit, right? So ask a lot of people to help you improve your proposals. So you take a benefit of expert people before submitting. That is also one of the important criteria. Make sure that first page acts as a standalone summary of the entire proposal, right? So the initial like abstract proposal is also one summary, like one page summary that is a reflection of the entire proposal. Our remaining things are like a methodology, like national and international status of your that concept which you are proposing, right? So that is a different actually this point, but you should know the summary is the reflection of your whole proposal at this point, right? What the objectives you have of the project, what will be the outcomes. So this everything should be under control, that I want to say here. So the objectives should not be vague, because see, nowadays they at the end the project outcome they are evaluating, and on the basis of that they are giving the grade, and that grade will be important part for the next proposal funding. To get a funding for the next proposal, this is very important. So that point of view, you should work very seriously, put objectives very specific and very in a perfect manner. There should not be any vague, or there should not be like sometimes what we used to do, we used to put some objectives like to get a money more. So you should, you also know that that will not be the possible to work. So they will understand, and accordingly they that will consider as the negative point in that case, right? So does the proposal address a well formulated problem? So this is also one of the part there that becomes the major criteria for the proposal writing. Is it a research problem or just a routine application of a known technique? This is this means like a novelty of your proposal will get reflect here. Is it an important problem whose solution will have the usually useful effects, and that effects will be reflect to the common people of the society? So these issues will have the major contribution in to get a funding, right? Is a special funding necessary to solve the problem or to solve it quickly enough? So this last 2 points says, is the timeline is important for your work or not? Sometimes what happens, this publication track of that evaluator, sorry, project investigator says this work is already done in his laboratory, his or her laboratory, and he just asking for money. Just he putting that concept in a form of a proposal to get a money from the funding agency, right? So this should not be there. So that point of view, we should be very serious at this point. Do the proposers have a good idea or which is the base their work, right? So does the proposal explains the clarity what work will be done? They should have the clarity. Is there evidence that the proposers know about the relevant work that others have done? So it is related to the literature review in national and international. Nationally, in which laboratory this type of work is going on, and what of work they have still till now what they have achieved. Is it you have the better strength than them, or you have the different approach, you have the better facility from them, or this objective is better to work under supervision compared to them, or these things they will look for it, right? Do the proposer have a good track record both of doing good research and of publishing it? So it means your profile will be considered here. What are the implications for policy and practices? How will these be taken up, right? So this is also is one of the important criteria. Some secondary criteria are there. The applicant with the existing funding may be favored due to evidence of a good track record. So if the person is having the good record of doing work on a different proposals from a different agencies, so that will help them to be give the funding for that. Or any laboratory, they have already given some instrument. For example, take an example of a proposal from DST. If that investigator have 2 more earlier DST project, through that they have taken some instruments, so then the DST think is the better place to pay, better place to give the grant. So if I'm having one project, there is a possibility to get another project. Also, priority is given to new researcher in the field. So they have fixed some quota, Like 20% will give for the new one, 20% will give from the area, 20% will give to the researchers which are young researchers below 30 years. Right. So these criteria they have, that is hidden criteria. These criteria will not be there on a website, but this is there. The funders generally to offer a reasonable balance of a support for a different research area. So area-wise distribution is also there. If, for example, you take an example of DST again, DST will think, okay, this in organic chemistry will give this much, inorganic chemistry will give this much, physical chemistry will give this much, and interdisciplinary will give this much. Like 20-25% distribution they will give, and accordingly they will distribute the money. Evidence of industrial interest is in the proposal, and its potential for the future exploration will count in favor. So that's why I'm saying the industrial contribution is like industrial collaboration or industrial partnership will help us to get a better funding from the agency. Right? So the common shortcomings, if it is not clear with the research questions, will be the negative point actually for the proposal. The questions being addressed are not effectively. That is also a problem. It is not clear why the questions are worth addressing. So the proposal writing skill should reflect here. So that should be very efficiently. The proposal is just a routine application of the known techniques. That is also not possible to get a money. Industry out to be done it instead, right? So this is also one of the points where the shortcoming they will consider. There is no evidence that the proposals will succeed where others have failed. A new idea is claimed, but insufficient technical details. There is also a problem. The proposal seems unaware of a related research. So if the proposal research grant you are asking for, but your expertise is not matching with this will not be the good. The proposal research has already been done. It means is a over expertise. The work is already completed. So then why you need a money? Why you need a manpower? Why you need money for the chemicals? These are the issues which will come always. So the proposal is badly presented or incomprehensible. So this is the case where the they will not give the money. If the presentation is not good. Proposal seems to be attempting too much for the funding requested and or the time scale invested. Right? So the proposal is too expensive for the probable gain. So that case also means finding is very less. Compared to that, you are asking for huge amount. So they will also not give the money for that. The proposer's institution should be funding. Certain contribution from your host should be there. It means you are in a industry, a university. University should pay for that. Means for instrument actually, if the 80% agency is giving, 20% should give from the institute. So this type of things are there. If you have mentioned somewhere in a proposal, so that will give us the positive thing in that case. Right. So we'll see some format or the structure of the application or the grant proposal. So the concise title that gives the reviewer a general sense of what you are investigating. So as like article, the title of the proposal should very concise, very effective, technically sound. Statement of the problem, it means like the motivation of your proposal, that will be like a half of the abstract, like means like 50 words or below that they will ask for. So that is also one of the important part. Summary of the current developments in the field, this is also one of the important part, where the we can say that your command or you are continuously seeing the literature, that reflection will come from this. Statement of what is new about the project. This is very important again, as the outcome has concerned. Indication of the extent of which the researcher builds up previous work by you and by others. See, this is again part of the support or the background of your work. So then in certain cases, as soon as that you are aware of the existing work in the field, despite no exhaustive literature review being available, right? So in that case, you should represent in that way, we the exceptionally working on this area. So this will give our benefit, means our findings are very important in that sense, instead of others. Right? For example, as far as the title is concerned, the concise title that gives the reviewer a general sense of what you are investigating. For example, this is the title I have given. The rejection will be based on the if this is too short or too long, or it's very broad, it's not specific. This is the example here given. The determining the mechanism of action of BCL to family members, and there is no meaning. If it is long, will not be understand. If you reach to the last word, first word will go from our mind, right? So the referees is again very important here. We sometimes they give the preference from the which you have put in your proposal. Sometimes they will give from their own, but that will help to choose for to agency to pick the from your list. Actually, choose the referees in your from your field, right? So sometimes negative impression will go if you have chosen from your collaborator. Somebody are co-author from your publication, you have asked them to be a referee for your proposal, they will not give. Right? Do not choose the competitors. Sometimes what will happen, you will put a person from your area, and if you are enough competitor for them, then they will give the negative impact. They will give the negative comment on your article, your proposal grant. Do not choose the top scientists in your field, since they will not respond and will be too critical in general. They always think others' work is not good. I am the one who is the biggest one or topmost and so on. So this is the just I am giving the general view for this. Co-applicant, this should be a strength. Giving authorship to somebody is little bit acceptable, but giving a co-investigator in project is not at all acceptable. Reason behind this is there should have some contribution of that person in your area or in that proposal. So because of that, you will get some additional background for your, or their expertise should reflect somewhere. Some of the objectives should be completed by that person, right? So this could be a strength if you are a junior. You are a junior and you are getting chance to work with some senior in their project. It's okay. As a co-applicant or the co-investigator, you will have the certain benefits. If the investigator lacks a specific skill, a co-applicant can bring them. So you will take the responsibility of some of the objectives. So automatically you can increase the cost of your project. But it's a weakness if you add a co-investigator, if they just give you chemicals. A co-investigator will do most of the project in their laboratory. If you are the investigator and that the person is doing the experiment in their laboratory, majority of work of your project in their laboratory, this will be the negative impact on your profile. Right? As far as the budget is concerned, give a detailed account of those, justify the money. Or you want a 1 GRF or 2 GRF. Why 2 instead of 1? That you should justify it. The budgetary justification is very important. Actually, approximately 1/3 of the budget should go to the supplies. Right? This is the way how the positive impact is there. The rejection possibility is there. Graduate students should not be used in budget support since it is an easy target for the reduction due to the alternative funding sources. Do not justify spending all the budgets on a person. Right? So there should have the proper distribution. So to laboratory build-up as overhead charges, there should have some money. For contingency, there should have some money. Some hiring services for either chemical characterization or something like that. So there should have some money. For chemicals, there should have some money. For travel grants, there should have some money. For manpower, there should have some money. So there is a per distribution, and that distribution will be justifiable. So then we'll get a funding for that. All other operating grants, good declare all operating grants is also is there. If you have kept hidden something and you are not justifiable, so that will be the negative impact. So this is related to some non-scientific things like a language, grammars, acronyms, and so on. So summary of research project, research proposal. Give a short but informative background to justify the research hypothesis. Because as like we have discussed about the why abstract is important. Right? Same way here the summary is important. There should have a very short but more informative, justifiable as per as the hypothesis is concerned and object. There should have the clearly state the hypothesis, state the objectives and or aims of this proposal, state the impact, significance, and innovation in this proposal. Right? So this is the way how the summary is important that we have seen. So this is the actual general structure or the order in this one. The first is the goal of objectives and proposal, then background, then hypothesis, specific aim. Likewise, at the end, we need to propose significance and or the impact of this proposal. Right? So details, we'll talk about the objective. I don't want to go more details here, but what are the good things that I will say here? This is usually one paragraph telling the reviewer everything they need to know about the research proposal. This provides the opportunity to gain the reviewer's interest and excitement about the proposal. It should contain the background on why this research is important, why the hypothesis is made by this way, why the objectives has constructed by this way, should state the innovation of this proposal. Finally, it should in a clear statement demonstrate why this project is significant and what impact it will have. Right? If this point, once we cover in a proposal, automatically this will go for the funding. And there are certain limitations that I have mentioned here. If it is too short or is too technical and condensed matter, so then there will not be the right way to go for the funding. Right? So the background should be, you should make the very good background why of that particular question, which we are going to solve through your funding. Right? So rejection will be there if you are not given the background theory and the advancement in that area. So there will be the straightforward
Hello.
concepts together. It could be confusing to the reviewers. So too long of a hypothesis makes it hard to understand the aim of the research. Right? So this is the way actual the problem comes at this point. So details of the research specific aims of this your project. So it limits to the specific 2 to 3. Make sure control and added the approach is taken. Always give what you expected results will be. Always give an alternative way to pitfall happens. Address feasibility if you have not demonstrated that you can do the experiments proposal. Right. So this is the way how it was. But there are some limitations. If your aim is not fixed in article this proposal, so this will go for straight for rejection. Avoid too many specifics on the experiments. So the experimental detail of the methodology, if you are adopting, that should be the general, that should work everywhere. The structure EMS so that EMS2 is not dependent on EMA. So there should have the independent objectives, I can say. Do not avoid issues within the field of research, right? So there should not feel a reviewer, there are certain gaps. So to avoid that, right? So this is the way how it works. So the significance and impact, though this is the last chance to put the impression to the reviewer, right? So why it is this particular proposal is innovative, that is very important part of the significance of this work. Impact on the field and or on the disease being studied should be stated, right? So this actual impact, what is the what we are going to take it out from this? This is very important at this point. If there is no significant statement, then there is no way to get the it. So also equally important, your profile. So your profile means the the impression of your last 5-year work will be the major part to believe you for to give the funding. Right? Agency will evaluate you in such a way that the funding which they are giving will get utilized properly. So that reflection will come from the productivity which you have shown in last 5 years. So their publications, their impact factors, of course, citations. So everything will count in that case. Or if you have some other projects from the funding agencies, this will give the good impression or to get a project get sanctioned. Right? Rejection will be there. No, if there is no evidence where you have the research activity, you are involved in the research activity or your track record. So odd middle authors, you are in a middle place of author list. So in that case, they will feel this person is not capable to work. So they will not give the money, that's all. Right? So this is about the methods which we need to be work on this. So now we'll see the what evaluation evaluator is going to see, because this is unofficially, but I can say as a part of reviewer of PhD proposals, this is the platform where the recommended by the DST to see, right? Then as a evaluator, we used to see the proposals by this point of view. One is the objectives. Second, it's scientific and technical merit. It's merit of about the work plan, methodology adopted, and time schedule proposed. We also give the comment on the budget viability, because sometimes what happens, money is not required that much to get to complete that objective, or vice versa. So is it that budget is viable or is justifiable? So that also is one of the part of evaluation criteria. Any other comments for the benefits of the PI? Is it If it is good enough, but there are certain limitations, then we'll ask for the revision. Your opinion on PI's professional competence with regards to the project under review. The project for that project, is it that PI is having the strength? It means indirectly it is the evaluation of its profile. Comments on other project being implemented. This is also one of the important parameters. If you have the good track to do the projects from different agencies, so automatically your impression will be good and will get funding. General comments on about the project proposal as a whole. This will help non-technical people to make give the justice or give the what you can say to final decision on the concept, right? So then your recommendation as like our recommendation for the reviewer in a paper, for a paper. So here also the recommendation is very important, and you have the scope to give the rating, overall rating out of 10. Is it at a boundary 50-50 or below boundary? Like if you have 2 to 3 grading, so it means it's almost rejected. If the 5, 6, 7 is there are some revision. If 8, 9, 8 is there will be straightforward acceptance. So likewise, they will make a trade and they will give the money for them, right? So this is something about the comments on the objective. I don't want to go in more detail here, but the proposal address will define the scientific questions related to the current and global clean energy issues in a more focused manner. So this is the way is there. So if it is not there, this red says the negative impact, right? So these are the I'm talking about the comments which has given by the reviewer on the project. So likewise, same thing about the scientific and technical merit. If it is good, it's significantly a high impact. So if it is bad, is not enhance the understanding. So it means is the negative impact. If the work plan, if it is well organized, is reflected in the objective, that's good. If it is not well reported and well established, so then automatically it will go reject. About the budget viability, this is not what we can say justifiable. So there is no meaning actually. So the how much money you are putting and that money is not matching with the your justification and so on. So there should have the particular justification and time frame and so on. So where we get a funding. It's related to the PI's benefits. So PI should generalize the research problem by making a photoanode using this other functional materials and so on. So this is the one recommendation has given to the PI. This is not up to the mark, then there will be the revision, rejection actually. Your opinion on this profile, right? These are the comments we can give them. These are the comments if it is not of sufficient knowledge that will reflect from their profile. Comments on the other projects being implemented. This is also one of the important parts. If earlier agency, earlier funding, if he has utilized properly, has extracted the very good conclusions, then automatically we can give the positive recommendation. Here, if it is not different from there is no project from other agencies and will not have the capability to work on this, so this will be the negative recommendation actually. So general as a comment, this is acceptable or not. This is also one of the parts corresponding to the recommendation. So as far as the final decision has concerned, as I said, if it is a 7 and above, this recommendation goes to the positive decision, and recommendation below that will go to the negative decision, right? So this final decision is very important actually. So we'll go for some answers still which you may have. What audience should be targeted to achieve the maximum impact? How might this audience best be reached? What is the budget for dissemination, right? So these questions you should come out with this. So the manpower, you should pay the minimum expenses for that. Budget, we should be the every cost should be the justifiable. Timeline should be there, and we has given very logically and realistic for the each durations. Revising your proposal, sometime they will ask for the revision, so in time that you should do. So these are some what we can say advices here. Do not feel embarrassed about asking for money or the promoting yourself. If you never ask for the money, they will not give. Nobody will offer you, right? If at first you did succeed, try and if it is not succeed initially, you revise it, submit, you find out your limitations and try to overcome it, and so on. Learn from the feedback regarding a rejected proposals, right? So to be positive always. Ensure your proposed objective and the work plan meets the challenges addressed by the call. Follow exactly the structure given in the guideline. Be concise and precise as possible, because avoid general statements. The consortium of partners must be excellent and appropriate for the task. Do not overcrowd the many of the objectives. Just make it possible, simple and little small. Show how you achieve them. Have the evaluator and the evaluation criteria at the forefront when writing the proposal. Select the good co-investigator, the best partners, and have an experienced coordinator. Treat each section as if it is the most important section. Each sentence is having certain value. If you keep this in mind and you start drafting, you will get a success. That I want to say here. Treat each section as if it is the most important section. Think about the presentation and the layout of the proposal. Use diagrams to explain complex concepts. Schematic is very important at this point, I have to say here. There should not have any scientific or the grammatical mistakes. Sell, don't tell. Make the evaluator feel your passion. In addition to having an excellent idea, which is the basis of any successful proposal, researcher must sell the concept to the evaluator and overall flow of the narrative. Right? The project has serve the needs of the community, or they should have some positive impact in that case, right? So with this, I can say the good luck for you to get a proposal sanctioned from the different agencies, right? So with this, actually, to get confidence to represent these two talks, contribution goes to the active collaborators, especially my research supervisor Vijay Mohan Pillai, postdoc supervisor Teddy, and my friends here in working hands and brains, because without student we cannot make our representation to the society, scientific society. And of course, to do this, we'll get a dare from if we have the money from the different agencies. Okay, this. Thank you. If you have any questions, please be free to ask.
I request all the participants to put your questions. You can directly ask your question. Dear participants, Hello? Okay. Sir, just a single question I'm having.
Yes.
Um, just like the in 2012, there were some minor research projects from UGC.
Mhm.
Do you have any idea whether we are getting that again for the MRPs from UGC?
Mm, it means you have submitted earlier
Yes, I
and
did one MRP, but later we don't have any from UGC.
from UGC. Now they will put a call. Actually, last week I found one news. So there, the new calls are coming. So they will ask for the proposal. And they will give the money actually.
Yes, yes. Then this is going to be
Yeah.
put for all.
All agencies are now calls are coming. They are coming out from these COVID issues now. They have framed their calendar, and especially DST, the call is already declared. Last week, last month, there was a call for the women especially.
There is some also weightage given to the woman here also.
Yeah, yeah.
Any other question from participant side? Yeah, Baba Sahib, please.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Baba
Hello,
sir.
Satya sir. A nice presentation. This
Okay, thank you.
proposal writing part is very informative for me. So my
Okay,
name
thank
is
you.
Baba Sahib. Actually, I gave a talk yesterday on manuscript
Yeah,
writing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was there in your class.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Thank you for attending that session.
Yeah.
So I have a question that when we submit the proposal for funding agency, so after that it will go to reviewers, right? To check
Yeah.
the, yeah. So whether we suggest the reviewer or the funding agency choose the reviewer for that particular project.
So actually, I am a reviewer for this DST.
Okay.
Some proposal I received where my name was there in for
Mhm.
means that in a proposal
Okay.
reviewer list 3-4 names are there. I was there among them. But I think so as like our articles, they
Okay.
have the reviewer bank
Mhm.
based on the area of expertise. So accordingly, they will give us the distribute the proposals to evaluate for evaluation. Automatically, as like a reviewer for the publication, our track record will be there. So they will give the choice based on that. I am getting proposals from the IITs, ISERs, even CSIR units.
So like, I mean, like if I wrote a certain proposal and I also suggested maybe potential reviewer for that proposal. So is
Yeah.
it possible that funding agency will send my proposal to that potential reviewer, or it is not necessary?
If it's not necessary for them because they will choose based on the area which you have proposed.
Okay.
Is it that expertise exactly matching to the concept you are proposing, or is the right person to evaluate?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other question? Okay, if not, then we are going further. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You have delivered excellent talk on the writing a successful research article, grant and fellowship proposals in a very nice presentation manner. You also explained why the research is important, why we are writing we must be very cautious about our research area, interest and observations. We should also look and focused on the title, abstract. Many people just read the abstract and title, therefore it is very important. We should also improve the writing and analytical skills. Good publications gives the good attraction toward the funding agency also. And also you explain why the readers are rejecting our articles many times. You also explained how to make the outline of the research paper. You also shared your tips for publishing in a good quality journal. You have given some good inputs with the perspective of the reviewer. What are the ways of making the manuscripts, reviewing which factors are required by the reviewer also. You have explained new points in your talk, like the list of the funding agencies, how to make the application for the funding agency, what is the main focus to prepare the project. That should be very careful. Then what are the major criteria for getting the fund from the agencies, how the summary of research project is made and why it is important, how the details of the project proposal should be, and why many times we are getting failure in that you have given in a very knowledgeable way. Definitely this is going to be very useful for all of us. Thank you once again, sir. You are discussing all point from last 3 hours. So I must appreciate that thing, that you are better teacher that can speak more than 3 hours. Again, on behalf of the Department of Chemistry, Vinayak Rao Patil Mahavidyalaya, Vaidapur, I am very much thankful to you, sir. I am also thankful to the IQAC coordinator, Dr. D.S. Salunke, sir, for guiding us. I am thankful to Dr. Sandeep Singh Pardeshi, sir, for granting this program under UGC Stride Scheme Component 1. I also wish to express my sincere gratitude to our principal, Dr. S.N. Thore, sir, for allowing us to conduct this program under this scheme. I am also thankful to the head and all the members of our college development committee for their constant support and helping to organize this international level lecture series on new research areas and research writing. I am also thankful to all the participants who have attended this lecture series. I wish to thank Dr. Babasaheb Matsagar, Dr. Baburao Shingte sir, and Dr. Bhaskar Sate sir for making this lecture series very successful. It will be very helpful for all of the researchers which are newer in this field. The feedback link is active for today only. It is available on YouTube also. And please fill it very carefully. I am also thankful to Dr. S.N. Babar sir for helping me technically. With the permission of our Dr. A.M. Jine sir, Head of Department Chemistry, Vinayak Rao Patil Mahavidyalaya, I declare that this session is concluded. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I again repeat all the participants to fill up the feedback link. Dharmesh sir.
यस सर।
फीडबैक लिंक आपको मिल गई सर?
जी सर, हाँ सर, भर दी मैंने, सबमिट भी कर दी सर।
ओके ओके, कल के भी मिल गए थे आपको?
हाँ जी सर, कल के भी मिल गई। थैंक यू। सर्टिफिकेट का क्या रहेगा सर?
1-2 हफ्ते में आपको आपके ईमेल पर आ जाएगी सर।
ओके ओके, ठीक है सर, थैंक यू।